Hey guys, my name is Manas and welcome to the Stock Market University. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the financial regulator and intermediaries what are involved in the stock market. So if you watch my previous video, you're gonna learn about why to invest and where to invest. So I made the financial regulator and intermediaries which is involved in the stock market into the two parts. So in this video, I'm gonna explain about the part one, and after this video, the continuation part two. So you're gonna ask me like that, hey Manas, what is this? These are all big stuff. What the meaning inside it? So in the previous video, we discussed about the what is the equity and what are the mainly components involved in the equity. So I'll explain again. Like equities is like any goods like you purchase in the supermarket. So if you want, like how do you purchase a good in a supermarkets? Like you see the best price value, right? So same here. So the equities are like the shares of a company, the particular company which you, so you're gonna like manage the risk assessment and something like that, and you calculated like which is has the possibility of less risk and giving the high returns. By doing that, you're gonna buy it or you're gonna sell it. So unlike the supermarket, the equities are only exist in the form of electronic form. So there are only two main stock exchanges in India. The first one is NSE and the second one is BSE. So NSE stand for National Stock Exchange and BSE stand for Bombay Stock Exchange. Anyone who transacts, whether it is a buying a stock or selling a stock, is called as market participant. So that unlike this, market participants are calculated into various types. The first one is domestic retailer participants. So here there are five types of, generally the five types of market participants. The first one is the domestic retail participant. So who are these? The domestic retail participants are like you and me, who are individual and who transact in the market, like buying or selling a stocks at a particular time. Yes, right. So we are the domestic retail participants, and the second one is NRIs and OCIs. So in this category, we already know what that NRI means, right? So outside the India, the participants who are outside the India, but the origin is India, like they are born in India and they have the citizenship in India, but they migrated to other countries due to some reasons, and they still want to participate in Indian stock exchange, like a National Stock Exchange or Bombay Stock Exchange. So these people comes under the category number two, NRIs and OCIs. So when coming to the category number three, the domestic institution. So the domestic institutions like the companies which are based on India, like the huge corporate systems, like you know the system like LIC, right? So like those companies, they participate in the stock exchange. So so here the third category where the large corporate entities are come under this. So when it comes to the fourth one, asset management companies. The asset management companies are mainly like mutual fund companies, like you already heard about Muthoot Finance and SBI Mutual Fund and DSP, HDFC, AMC and Franklin, etc. So these mutual funds are coming under the asset management companies. When it comes to the foreign institutional investors, so the foreign institutional investors are basically the non-Indian corporate entities. So these could be the foreign asset management and companies like hedge funds. We're gonna discuss about what is hedge funds. So in the future lessons, so we're gonna discuss about this later. And other investors like who are origin also the foreign countries like. So you're gonna get a doubt like who get the most profit out of these all five categories, right? So in generally there is no such thing like that. So whoever like they calculate the risk management the least possible way, so they're gonna win, like who gonna make better predictions, they're gonna win. One can easily fall to prey in this stock market, and some unfair practices also there in the stock. You already like heard a name about the Harshad Mehta. So if you don't hear about him before, just type in the Google about Harshad. So after that incident, the stock market, makes some rules, and every participant in the stock market, like every investor or every seller, you can easily say that. So every market participant need to follow these rules, you mean stick to the rules. So this is called as the regulation in the stock market. In India, the stock market regulator is called as a SEBI. So the SEBI stands for, wait a second, the Securities and Exchange Board of India. So what are the main objectives of the SEBI, right? So the objective of SEBI is to promote the development of stock exchanges and protect the interest of the retailer investors. Controls all the market participant rules or something like that. We can't say that the market regulations. So what are the we're gonna discuss about the some rules like here. So the first one is the SEBI ensures that as the market is fairly conducted at the BSE and NSE. The second thing is you don't easily buy at the NSE or BSE. So there are obviously the stock brokers are like zero the, and so many other stock brokers are there. From them you have to buy like, so if you are an investor, so you can't directly buy from the NSE or BSE. You have to buy from the stockbroker. So every stockbroker has an account in NSE and BSE. So he can have both or he can have the one at least. So if you choose to NSE, you choose stockbroker who have the account, and if you choose from BSE, you have to choose like that. So the SEBI also ensures us the the stockbroker should always maintain the fair practices in the market about the transaction rate or something like. And the next one is the participant, the who are participant in the market should always use the fair of investing. For suppose if you own a company like A, for suppose, so you are increasing you only buying your company stocks, so the stocks will be up, right? So when people see that the company was increasing price when it is 120 at the open of the stock market, and the middle of the day when they see 140, at the close of the market time when they see 160 rupees, the small people or the small investors will see this company was rising, so they're gonna buy the stocks, right? So actually you are using your own money, like huge amount of money for your company is actually rising, but it wasn't. It was only rising by your money. So when the people bought this stock, so it actually rises to 180 for suppose. So you're gonna withdraw your money. So it will actually stay at 140. Let us assume that. So if you withdraw your, the company stock will be falling down, and the investors who invested the money at the 160 will now see the downfall of at the rate of 140. So this is an unfair practices, right? So the SEBI ensures that this particular issue too. So this is all about the part 1, and we're gonna come back with the part 2. Thank you.